What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be taking down part 2 here of the Dokkan Chronicles. So we've got a couple more stages added. They've added the 5th year, 6th year, and 7th year stages here. So we're going to try and take all these down in today's video. So as predicted, it looks like the enemies that we're going to be facing off against are going to be the worldwide download celebration reward cards for, you know, the winner side and loser side for Global and JP, and then you'll finish up with whatever the anniversary login card was for that year. So yeah, that's consistent for all 3 of these stages. But yeah, if you'll notice here, so we have the Hercule and Cell, then we have the Goku and Vegeta, and then we have the Bardock and Frieza. So let's go ahead and take a look in the gold coin shop where you can currently buy all of those units, right? Because obviously this event is based around us fighting against limited characters that are basically unobtainable in game. So, you know, the last fight is going to be right here against the Tech, Goku, and Vegeta. That was the 7th anniversary login card. So then if we take a look above, we still have 3 more login cards for the 8th, 9th, and 10th anniversary that are potentials to be the final battle of the next 3 stages if they are to release more of this. But then if we come down here below the anniversary login cards, you notice that all of the Hercule login cards, okay, so we've got these original ones aren't like included because they weren't, these released in game before the actual like worldwide download celebration ever became a thing. And then during the very first one where we had like that annual spot for it, this was when they released the Yamcha and Vegeta, who we'd faced against, right? And then these 2, then there's the Hercule and Cell, here's the Goku and Vegeta, and then the Frieza and Bardock. But then they stopped doing it at that point. I believe this was, what, 2021? That was the last time they released those. So yeah, as far as like the 7th, or the 8th, 9th, and 10th anniversary stages, I'm not sure what other fights they would put in there to replace these. Because, you know, in recent years, it's been very rare for them to give us any cards that are like unobtainable or whatever, right? Maybe we would have to be fighting against like the Android 18 Link State or something like that. That is definitely a newer card that is unobtainable at this point. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see what they end up doing. But I imagine that before the anniversary is over, they will end up releasing more stages of this. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's looking like it's not going to be quite as predictable what the enemies will be in this next, you know, on the next stages beyond what we've just been given. Okay, so here we're able to use characters all the way up to the 5th anniversary. So we have plenty of team options here. This is every single unit that we have available to us that's got 160% leader skill or higher. So who do we want to use here? Alright guys, we went on ahead and figured out this team here. So it looks like the 5th anniversary Blue Fusion, you know, Blue Vegito here was a suitable leader for us with the Patara and Final Trump card category. This is set up where we were able to get all super easy A's on our team. Including the 2 brand new ones, which is really exciting. So this works out. And there was actually a couple more super easy A's that we could have filed in and put on the team. So that is, I think this is probably the best leader skill that we're going to be going with. You know, just keeping in mind that, like, the super easy A's are the newest units on these categories, right? There are a couple of units sitting around there that had recently easy A'd that have, you know, some decent power. But obviously, like, the super easy A's just go above and beyond. They are so good. Definitely reliable units. I'm not sure how hard this is going to be comparative to what we were doing in the first 4 stages, so I do have some items connected here just in case this is looking like it's going to be too tough to take down. But honestly, I highly doubt that we're going to have too many problems here with a full team of these super easy A's, especially with the Vegito and Buhan. This is actually going to be my very first time using them, so I'll be curious to see how they perform here. Okay, we'll go ahead and keep the Vegitos linked up together. I think that makes the most sense to me. Okay. Perfect. All right. Oh, I just looked up at the top there. Does that mean that, is this a gimmick fight, or does this mean that Hercule's gonna go down in like 1 shot? Yeah. Okay. Looks like Hercule's pretty weak here. No big deal. No big deal. I'm almost. What is even the point of that? If Wow, what a first phase of the fight. I wonder if this cell is, like, incredibly difficult or something. I really don't know what to expect here. Yeah, I guess we'll see. This Frieza is pretty strong defensively, like in slot 1, but I think, does he need to build up first? Yeah, he's getting... No, damage reduction goes down with each turn pass. Yeah, he's got 50% DR right now, and an additional 30%. Yeah. So he's chilling. He's chilling in slot 1 there. Okay, so we know if he takes anything more than double digits here, then we are looking at quite a beefy enemy, right? Okay, perfect that he's getting supered as well. That's the test we wanted to see. Okay, unfortunately, we just got stunned off of that, but at least we know that our defense levels are high enough that we're not going to die, right? Okay, wow. This stage looking very, very easy so far. Yeah, I really don't think we're going to struggle with this at all. Kind of interesting that it seemed like this event has had a hump to it, right? It seemed like it got harder and harder as we went on. Like, stage 1 was very easy. Stage 2 was like had a tiny bit of challenge to it. Stage 3... had a little bit more challenge. Stage 4 was even a bit harder than that. And then now it seems like Stage 5 is kind of taking a step down the other direction. But obviously, this is the first stage where we have had new enough characters that are, like, that actually have access to, like, 10th anniversary power creep content, right? Considering we've only gotten 2 Super EZAs in the 10th anniversary. So, you know, the Vegito and Buhan here. This is the first stage where we've been able to use them. And actually, I think they are old enough because those units released, like, right before the 2nd anniversary. So we could have used them on the earlier stages, and I guess now you could, right? But they just hadn't released in-game yet at the time we were doing the first 4 stages. So maybe that does have something to do with how difficult this feels, right? And I guess this is the first team where we're getting an entire team of Super EZAs on a 170 leader skill instead of just like a 120 leader skill, right? So I guess that's something else to consider here about why this is a little bit easier. And I guess as we get more and more Super EZAs, this event in general is just going to become easier and easier to complete over time, right? Because I don't think that this is a limited time event that's going to go away. Actually, I haven't even double checked that. Maybe we can go and take a look after we finish this stage and see. But I'm pretty sure that this is an event that's going to be permanently available for us, so that could be very good. Okay, we'll keep the 2 of them linked up. They got some villain links active, and... Okay, Big Bad Boss is being chief among them. Perfect. Okay, let's see how we perform here. We should have some pretty strong attacks coming in. I'm curious to see what this Boo is going to be able to do for us. I know that the Boo is, like, pretty strong defensively is kind of the main reason you want him on the team, whereas Vegito is strong defensively, but he's more of a damage dealer, who can maybe get caught a little bit easier. Wow, 21 million. Okay, that's definitely high enough. I was gonna say, because of how strong defensively the Boo was, I didn't know if he was just gonna not be providing much in the way of damage, but looks like he is keeping up. That's some 10th anniversary power creep for you. My goodness. Okay, yeah, fully easily taking the supers. We expect to see that. Maybe I'll have to make it a point to... I mean, honestly, because every stage that you do, new units become available to use, but none of the old ones get, like, canceled out of the rotation. Technically, I could just use this exact same team to go all the way up through, right? But I'm thinking that especially once we get to the 7th anniversary stage, where we have access to 200% leader skills. I'm going to put this Vegito up front so he can do the counters. I would rather risk taking the damage so that we can counter and get some extra damage put in on this enemy. Just in the interest of time. But yeah, once we get to that 7th anniversary stage, we're going to have access to 200% leader skills, so I imagine maybe they're going to want us to use a 200% leader skill, and it's going to be like a little bit harder than the previous stages, right? Just because they're assuming you have access to that. And that is kind of interesting to think about. They're doing Super EZAs for some of these really old cards, right? Like, we still have the 1st anniversary headliners, the STR Gogeta and INT Super Janemba. Their Super EZAs have already been announced. They just haven't been released in game yet. So once those Super EZAs get announced, that's going to make the 1st anniversary stage of this even easier. And I guess every stage up to that point, right? Because there's just going to be more Super EZA options. And then we also have the Tech Perfect Cell Dokkan Fest from years and years ago, who is currently the 5th and final unit on the Super Easy A banner with the Vegito and Buhan, and then the Gogeta and Janemba. Tech Cell is also on there, and there's a perfect spot for him on the roadmap, to where we think that it's very likely that he'll get a Super Easy A as well. So once all of these units get their Super Easy A's, all of these stages are going to be much easier for people to complete, right? Since they have that kind of trend going on for us, it makes me think, like, maybe that 7th anniversary stage is going to be quite difficult, and then once we get the 7th anniversary LRs, both Part 1 and Part 2 LRs get their Easy A's, then it's going to be a little bit easier to do, right? So I think I'm catching on to something of how they're setting up this event, right? They have been releasing the stages ahead of when they're going to be, you know, so that they provide some extra challenge for us at the very beginning, and then a little bit later in the anniversary, they'll provide some buffs that make it a little bit easier for us. So to me, that makes sense why they would have released stages 5, 6, and 7 of this prior to Part 2. I think it's because they want us to try and take down the 7th anniversary stage before we have any of the, you know, 10th anniversary Easy A's that are going to buff that stage, right? Okay, there we go. Not too much trouble at all. This guy did have a pretty large health pool for us to take down, which again, I think is something that they were considering, just because we do have all of these Super Easy A units that are hitting for like 20 million plus. But yeah, we definitely didn't struggle defensively there at all. So that is good. Oh, actually, I just realized, so that was the 5th anniversary stage, and I did kind of accidentally use a 5th anniversary LR. that wasn't even on purpose. So I guess because I did do that for the first 4 stages here, I used like what's it called? I used like a team of that included whatever the anniversary headliners were for that year, or at least one of the anniversary headliners if I couldn't include both. So we just did the same again. So I think we'll just continue that trend moving upward. Oh, I'm silly. I didn't actually do this with a rainbow team here. Hold on. Let me jump back in and see what typing I was missing. I didn't have an STR unit on here. So it looks like I've got to throw an STR unit on the team and then redo the run. Oh, would you look how convenient that is? STR Gogeta. Okay, I'll go ahead and jump in one more time. Alright, we are at the very end of the fight here. Awesome. We took an extra few minutes to get through that. Should get our rainbow team mission done now. Easy peasy stuff. Definitely wasn't too much more difficult removing the 1 Super Easy A for someone that has a guaranteed turn of dodging, right? Okay, perfect. There we go. So we have all the 5th year missions done, and then for the 6th year, we do have the same mission, so we'll keep that in mind as we build our team. Let's go ahead and do that. So we do want to build a team utilizing the 6th anniversary LRs here, which are obviously going to be the Blue, Goku, and Vegeta. So I'll go ahead and build a team here, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so this is the team that I've put together here. We've got actually all 4 of the anniversary units here. We have both the Part 1s and the Part 2s, so that's kind of cool. Kind of a neat little thing there. And then we just tacked on a couple of extra LRs on top of that. I am actually thinking about something, though. So if we take a look at the Year 6 stage, we are facing off against a Pure Saiyan the entire time. It might be a cheeky thing here to bring Tech Caulifla, because she's going to have the guaranteed dodge the entire time. So that could be something for us to consider. For now, I think we'll just run it like this. But if we do end up seeing any issues with this stage, maybe Tech Caulifla could be a good idea. Definitely a possibility there, right? So I didn't mention it. I did skip through the recording of the second playthrough of that first stage, because I just figured there was no reason for you guys to have to watch me play through that entire stage again. But I did notice on the second go-around, we got lucky on that first round, because the middle stage against that Int Cell actually had stunning or not. Well, we knew he stunned. We saw him stun in the first round, but he also had locking capabilities. He was capable of locking your characters. And I didn't see that happen the first time around. But yeah, it definitely did happen on the second go. So yeah, I wonder if there's some more interesting boss mechanics that we're going to see show up in these later stages. If they do things like, you know, more character locking or like dodge canceling, sealing and things like that. All that kind of stuff can definitely make these events a little bit harder, right? Kind of a way of artificially increasing the power without just making the enemies hit harder, which I think is definitely good, especially for an event like this where they are trying to force you to use older characters, right? But I guess it's good, like, all of these enemies are immune to status effects, so you can't just find, like, one stun champion and then, you know, like, basically just chain stun the enemy into oblivion. They are avoiding our ability to do that, which is, I think, a good thing, because especially in the older parts of the game, where, you know, we lack a lot of units that have really, really strong kits as far as, like, insane defense numbers, insane attack stats, a lot of those characters do still have some really, really neat, abilities, right, that are going to apply status effects and things like that to the enemy. So yeah, I think this event wouldn't be nearly as challenging if all of these status effects were available to dish out. Okay, as per usual, stage 1 taken down pretty easily here. Okay, the double UI Goku rotation. I wonder if we're going to have any trouble here. Probably not, right? That will get him to 24 ki. I am actually going to do that. I believe he's got a piece of his kit that wants him to be at 24 ki. He either gets, like, guaranteed crits or a guaranteed additional or something like that. I feel like I remember that being a thing. Regardless, either way, he is, like, by far the weakest unit on this rotation. So, definitely want to make sure he's buffed up as much as possible, just in case. Obviously, you know, phase 2. So another thing you guys missed in that run that I skipped was one of my leaders, the LR, you know, Tech Vegito. He was in slot 1 on that second phase against an enemy. He ended up taking a super attack, and we got KO'd once because he took over 700k damage from it. So these enemies do actually have, like, decent attack stats. It's just a matter of if our defense is going to be built up high enough to tank it or not. Or I guess if, you know, if we're straight up dodging things, then that's fine too. And here it is. Okay, I guess our defense was high enough. He did just lower it, though, a little bit, which is always annoying. But I don't imagine that's going to be too troublesome for us. I mean, I guess if that, you know, 17 in Universe 7 card has to take another super attack and we die from it in this next phase, then we know why. Because his defense was just lowered here, which does carry over to future stages, right? Or, like, future phases of the battle. Okay, I guess we put STRUI up front. Sure. It's kind of a weird rotation here. Not able to get any same type orbs this turn. Yeah, and no 24 ki for them either. Okay. Not a huge deal. Okay, if we dodge this, then we're free and clear, right? Perfect. Okay, there we go. See, I'm assuming with kind of the simplicity of this event that no one's doing double supers. I'm gonna assume that the super attack limit is 1 per turn per enemy. That is usually, like, the default standard. A lot of the time they do change that in the most challenging content. You know, there are certain red zone stages where the enemy can super you multiple times. I don't think that we're gonna be struggling through that here, though. I think we'll probably be okay. Alright, they've got type disadvantage, so if they're going to be doing any damage at all, it's probably going to need to be some crits in here. Okay, they're putting out a little bit more than I thought they would. These HP pools are just getting so massive, though. Those have definitely been going up every time. Yeah, it looks like the first 2 stages went down pretty easily, but that is probably not going to be the case with Goku here, right? Okay, so from this point forward, we should be looking good. We'll go ahead and launch this active. I'm going to make sure that the animations are off for now. Skip animation on. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, so we've got one more AGL unit active skill, which is pretty good. Do I want to keep them on rotation? No, well, because here's the thing. They can get the guaranteed crits in, which is going to be helpful. Who does he link better with? Let's just go based on that. I guess he does link a little bit better with them. Yeah, let's, all right, fine. We'll go ahead and we'll keep them on rotation. That's fine, that's fine. But yeah, remember, like, even though they have type disadvantage, as long as we get them to 24 key, they've got guaranteed crits for the turn, and they're going to be putting out so many attacks every turn. I imagine they're still going to be very helpful and do a lot of damage for us. Especially on this rotation, because we've got the support up from 17 in Universe 7, so this is going to be a very, very hard-hitting turn indeed. And because it's the active skill turn for Goku, he's got guaranteed crits. So yeah, basically everybody's got guaranteed crits for the turn. Awesome, awesome. We love to see it. Oh, wow, that's funny. The 17 in Universe 7 OST starts playing the minute that we start this rotation. That's pretty cool. His theme music. Oh, no. Okay, well, that was not the right unit to get hit there with their type disadvantage and everything. So that was definitely the reason why it would have been smart for us to rotate them off, right? Okay, so I guess let's just go ahead and try again. We shouldn't have any too much trouble here. I think we'll be fine. One thing that I just realized is we're supposed to be using a rainbow team again, and I wasn't. So we are actually going to take off this unit and put on Tech Caulifla then, because we needed a tech character anyway, right? And then now we have all 5 typings. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's the answer there. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and jump back in. So yeah, as we have been learning, these enemies towards the end of the fights do hit pretty hard, right? You don't want to get caught with an untimely super on the wrong character. That's definitely not the way. Okay, so in the interest of moving quickly, because we don't necessarily, like, need Caulifla on rotation, we're just gonna go ahead and rotate her off. Obviously, all she's going to be providing for us the entire fight is the guaranteed dodge. She isn't even on the leader skill, so she's not going to be doing any damage at all. And then, you know, even if she were on the full leader skill, she still doesn't hit that hard, so probably not going to be anything crazy coming from her anyway. But I don't need to prioritize her in slot 1, just because that's going to slow down our run entirely, just because we have the AGL UIs who are going to be pretty much just as good. You know, just as reliable for us. They basically shouldn't take any damage at all. They should effectively be full dodge as well. Yeah, just with the stacking dodge in their kit, starting at 77%, it's so hard to beat. Alright, good stuff with Vegeta here. Oh, one thing that would actually be decent to see, I think it's probably going to be hard to proc with a team like this, but the revives, that is another, you know, portion of this build. We've got both AGL UIs have the revive if we go below 70% HP, and then the Vegeta has the revive once he takes, I think it's like, what, 5 attacks? Okay, we'll go ahead and hang on to that leader skill, or the active skill for Android 17. And then I guess we can just keep the UI Gokus linked up together. That should be fine. Grab all these orbs for him. It's definitely going to be GG's on this first stage here. Yeah, I guess technically, I kind of played both of these first turns wrong. I should have been considering building up my units a little bit more. Obviously, like, AGL UI is good to go as he starts. But the Int Evolution Blue Vegeta needed to take some hits, so I probably should have put him in that first slot where there would have been 3 attacks coming toward him afterward. And then, you know, on that second turn, I could have put STR UI in the first slot to give him a little bit of stat building from like one of the dodges that he needs. So yeah, that could have been a good idea. Okay, so here we're going to do that. We're actually going to risk putting Blue Vegeta in the first slot just so that he can guaranteed take that one attack. Yeah. We'll just call it good like this. I think we should be fine. There's a lot of attacks coming in at the end there, but hopefully we just have a good turn with them. They've got type advantage on top of, you know, if they do multiple super attacks, then they're going to be raising the defense by a lot. And they do still have some dodge in their kit, so we'll see how this goes here. I don't imagine we'll be in too much trouble. Okay, so right now, we're definitely not looking like we can proc the revive for any of the characters, right? What I was kind of saying about it being difficult for us to proc those was that in order for Goku's to proc, we're going to have to get below a little bit of HP, but it seems like we're basically taking nothing on any of these guys unless we're just going to get supered and then it's going to, you know, KO us immediately. So we're probably going to have to get supered on like a built-up Evolution Blue Vegeta or something like that to dip below the 70% HP mark. And then aside from that, we only have the one Evolution Blue Vegeta to work off of, and right now he's only taken one attack of the... I'm pretty sure it's 5 attacks that he needs for that portion of his kit. For the revive to proc. Let me go double check that really quick, just so I know 100% for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's 5 attacks. Let's see here. Yeah, right here. Five or more attacks in battle. Okay, cool. All right, we do have an active skill to use, but I'm going to save that for the next turn. I want to save these for the final fight, as we know that we're going to have type advantage there anyway, just to help us get through that phase as quickly as possible, right? Would make sense for us to hang on to any of the active skills that we've got. Oh, that's actually good. If we could take a couple more of those, that's the kind of damage that we want to be seeing, right? Unfortunately, with same type orb selection, that little bit of damage that we could be taking per turn is probably just going to heal right up anyway. And I think because of the supers we're liable to take, it's probably smarter for me to continue to heal, even though, you know, dipping below that HP threshold would be nice. I would just hate to be at 90% HP, and then we get supered and we barely got KO'd because we weren't at like 95% HP or something, right? Okay, so this is going to be a very, very good turn for us. Let's go ahead and use our active skills. First thing, get some free damage in here. And then we will have a guaranteed crit turn for both the AGLUI and the Int Evolution Blue Vegeta here. So that'll be very good. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep AGLUI up front. I don't want to, you know, we're now to the point where we could just get hit with a super attack that does 1,000,000 or something. So I definitely don't want to play around with anybody getting hit with that in slot 1, right? Even though it would... Oh, wow, he can dodge us, too. Oh, no. I guess it makes sense being a UI Goku, right? But yeah, I definitely would have liked to put Evolution Blue Vegeta up front, just because then we would have taken some more of those attacks that he needs in order to get the revive activated. Because right now, after he does this attack, he's going to get hit with 1, and that will be 2 of the 5 attacks he needs. So at this point, it's pretty likely that we're probably just going to finish the fight before he ever has the ability to revive. So hopefully if we end up in a situation where we need the revive, then we do have the AGLUI one active. But obviously we already went over why that's probably going to be tough to make happen. Okay, there hasn't been a super attack yet this turn, so I'm a little bit scared that it could dish out at the final slot here. It did last time, right? When we got KO'd, it was in the 3rd slot. I can't remember if it was in the 2nd or not. No, it was in the 2nd slot last time because we had decided to take the physical Evoken and put them in slot 2 to keep them on rotation, and then they got supered and died. Yeah. So it was slot 2 for them. Okay, another guaranteed crit turn for AGLUI here. Very, very good. Pretty obvious now, if it wasn't before, why we saved the active skills. Definitely helping us plow through this phase very, very quickly. Okay, perfect. 324. Oh, no. I was going to say that we ended up getting 324 key supers that turn, but I guess I'm not paying attention at all. It was actually 0. Not a big deal, though. He's still going to do a lot of damage for us. Can we get the triple super attack turn here? We already got the crit. So I guess if you include the active skill, if we do get the one more super, then it would be a quadruple super, quadruple crit turn. Oh, just the normal. Too bad, too bad. Okay, let's see. I don't know if we're gonna have quite enough attack power to finish him off here, just because that last, you know, Golden Frieza in 17 has type disadvantage, so unless we get some critical hits, maybe. They don't disable enemy guard like the STRUI does, so the fact that they have type disadvantage is gonna hurt their damage dealt a bit here. There we go, the crits, that's what we want to see. Yes, one more super attack. Okay, if this crits, we're good to go. If this crits, we're in the clear and we win. Otherwise, I'm a little bit scared. Oh no. Oh, dude, that is so lucky for us. Wow. I guess it's good we were able to select the orbs that we were able to, right? We activated their full passive with all those rainbow orbs and stuff. Okay, so there we go. Easy peasy. Not too difficult at all. 6th anniversary stage cleared with literally all 4 of the anniversary LRs. You gotta love that. That is definitely one of the anniversaries of all time, right? One of my favorites for sure, just because, you know, you are getting access to, like, basically the Part 1 and Part 2 LRs have so much synergy because they're all Universe Survival Saga. They're all Universe 7, right? Makes it a lot easier to deal with than, like, what we're about to run into, right? Okay, so there we go. We've just got the 7th year stages, and then same deal. We got to make sure we use a rainbow team. Let's actually remember that this time to use a rainbow team here, so we don't have to keep redoing these stages. That would be great. Okay, so with the 7th anniversary stage, now we know that we have access to exactly 100%. Oh, wait, I had a filter on. Sorry. Yeah, so we have exactly access to exactly 100%, 200% leads, right? So we do have a couple of units that have been easy aid here. So we have some really, really strong 170 teams to use as well, like potentially accelerated battle or something like that. But obviously that team is a lot stronger with Glorio around. Oh man, we have like Boo and Janemba. Wait, they're both on accelerated battle, right? Yeah, they are. Maybe we will do an accelerated battle team. Are either of these units on accelerated battle? Okay, they are. And they are not. Okay, maybe we could do that. Let's... Well, I kind of do want to use the 7th anniversary team. I think that would be cool. Fuse Fighters, GT Heroes, we'd probably end up using this one. Power Beyond Super Saiyan Movie Heroes. But then we won't get to use any of those strong Extreme class cards. Okay, let's do it. Oh, actually, it's not going to work anyway, because if we put all of these units on, then we already can't make a rainbow team. Okay, so let's abandon that idea. I'll make a 7th anniversary led team, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is the team that I have come up with here, so we can go ahead and get both of the Part 1 anniversary LRs here, and then a full rainbow team as well. So we are chilling at this point. Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, already our rotations suck. That's cool. Definitely don't want to see 2 of the same unit on the first turn here. That's not the best. Oh well, though. We will make it work. Oh yeah, I guess it's even worse because 2 of them have type disadvantage, right? But it is worth remembering that the 7th anniversary LRs do have that cool ability where they have guaranteed guard for the first turn that they're out. Just in case you end up in a situation like this, right? Where you've gotten 2 of them on rotation together. So essentially you can't really choose your rotations because if you want all of them to have links active, then they have to go slot 1, slot 3 with the different unit separating them, right? And then, you know, on top of that, we've got type disadvantage all around, and the only attacks that are being dished out are on the type disadvantage characters, so that's helpful. We took almost 50k there on a normal pre-super, even with the guard, so as predicted, I would assume that this 7th anniversary stage is going to be a little bit harder here, right? Now, obviously, post-super, we're doing fine. We're going to continue to get more and more build-up with them. We probably won't transform with any of the 3 7th Annie headliners that we have here until the final phase of the fight, because they are going to be all infinitely stacking attack and defense until that point. So that's probably going to be the best way, but then we'll definitely want to make sure to transform them, because once the final enemy is below 50% HP, we will be able to use our active skills, right? They've got like those run finishing active skills that you are kind of forced to use at the very end, but then they do hit very hard, right? Okay, who's going to link better? Do we even want to keep... Maybe we put him on the other rotation. Honestly, I kind of want to keep these 2 together. I feel like they're going to do... Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, now the big question is, who do I put up front, right? As long as we've got a... I'm pretty sure this Broly is going to do okay for us. We can get 2 rainbow orbs, which is going to give, what, 20% stats and 2 key to all of the super class allies that we've got. And then he's also giving more stat buffs to himself with those, right? I believe he's giving himself, what, 40% attack and defense? Okay, and then, yeah, this is really why I wanted to put him in first slot, though, because he's going to build up with the attacks that he does, right? So I was just worried about the other Goku taking over, doing too many attacks, and then this guy would only have, you know, enough HP left here to do, like, one attack before we finish the phase. So I wanted to get him his full turn in. Okay, with the damage reduction that we have up, we should be fine here. We do live that. Okay, okay. It wasn't perfect, but we live it. It's actually a good thing that we just took all of that damage, kind of. One part is because I'm thinking of for this Goku right here. We do have to be below 70% HP at some point when he comes on rotation so that we can transform him. So that's going to be very, very useful for us here. We're just going to have to make sure to survive the one more rotation, right? And as long as... Okay, I'm really, really hoping that the Super Saiyan 4s here leave a little bit of HP. That way we can have one free turn where we just easily take down Frieza in like one attack, and then move back to this rotation where, you know, Goku can transform. Okay, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This actually worked out perfectly for us. So we'll go ahead and get some same type orbs. We just got to make sure not to heal too much. I suppose if we do heal too much, we can just reset the run. 58%. Is that going to be too much? Hold on, hold on. Let me look at the exact percentage real quick for the transformation. It's 77%. Okay, we should be fine. There's no way that we're going to heal that much percent. Like 19% with these orbs? No way, no way. Yeah, 64, we're fine. Okay, so we just got to do the dodging. Oh, God. Well, now I'm... Okay, now I'm glad I grabbed all that. Holy moly, no dodges? 0 out of 2? That is crazy. We were almost KO'd. Okay, jeez, yeah, that would have been bad. If I didn't select all of those orbs that we just got, we would have been KO'd right there. Wow, that's really, really... What a gamble. Holy crap. I guess we should have put Evolution Blue in the first slot. I just thought, like, you know, dodging better than tanking with some damage received, right? Okay, and now we should have the transformation available for multiple units, in fact. Wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy transformed. Awesome. Okay. So, just to refresh myself, I'm pretty sure he gets the 50% damage reduction. Oh, it's for each super attack performed, so he's not yet fully built up to that point. Got it, got it, got it. And then what's his defense looking like now? 270. But he does have type advantage over the others, so maybe I will... Yeah, let's keep him up front. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 same type orbs there, or not same type, 3 same type orbs, but 2 rainbow orbs rather. That's gonna be good for helping us out with some additional damage here. And then I guess we grab these, and then we can save all those greens for Gogeta here. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. Now we're cooking with gas because he is going to have, I believe he already did 3 super attacks, right? If not, it was at least 2. Oh, yeah, it was 2 super attacks and then a normal, right? Okay, so there we go. Now, for sure, we're at the 5 super attacks, so he has gotten his maximum damage reduction buff. That's definitely going to help him out, right? And then, obviously, his stats are even higher, so his defense has gone up. I think from this point forward, he's going to be a pretty reliable slot 1 for us for the rest of the fight. We have officially gotten him there. It only took the 2 rotations, which is good. It's pretty rare that Broly, like, fails me, and... I feel like the way his kit is built is so strong and consistent that it's really, really hard to, like, throw him in the fight, do the thing that he's supposed to do, and then he just doesn't do it, you know? There's a lot of other units where, you know, you have, like, HP conditions and things where, if, you know, like, that crazy turn that we have just now, we could have ended up being KO'd so easily there. You know, and it was also possible that we ended up taking no damage prior to that and just stayed at 100% the whole time, and we were unable to get the Goku transformed and stuff, right? So having things like that in your kit that are very unreliable, or just depending on a bunch of additional attacks to build you up, like the way the Broly does have to do, but then just not having the attacks go off because he has a bunch of additionals built into his passive, but they're not guaranteed great. So it turns out that I should have transformed them there. That's pretty annoying. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back in again. But yeah, I probably should have transformed them, I guess, then, on the second phase, just because it had been enough turns. But also they did have like a 30% chance to dodge there. Actually, I think it was a little bit higher than 30% because they get the additional dodge chance per rainbow key sphere selected, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's just the crit chance. Once they transform, then they're getting the additional dodge chance per rainbow key sphere. That was my mistake. It's been a couple years since I've been using these guys all the time. You'll have to forgive me. Okay, who's going to link up better? Probably them. Yeah, because he's got Saiyan Warrior Race as well. Okay, so same deal as before. Nah, let's go ahead and put him up front. I think this is better. This is a better idea. I guess the, oh, watch, major strat. Okay, so we go 2 here, and then we select all these, so we give him the rainbow key spheres, and then he'll give the key to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Perfect. There we go. And then we can almost get a 24 key super with them. Dang. Pretty close. Remember when they get the 24 key super, they get that guaranteed additional, which is very helpful for them. Actually, I don't even think they need 24 key. Maybe it's like 20 key or something. If I remember correctly. Like I said, it has been a very long time since I've used these units. Only kind of remembering what they do. Okay, this is a pretty solid first turn. Again, we have the sucky, like, bad rotation with both of the LR gods on the second rotation, so that's not good. We definitely don't want to have to deal with that, but we're just going to have to, you know, see what looks best on that turn. I do kind of want to get Broly linked up with the Super Saiyan 2 Goku again if we can. Just because they shared so many links, I feel like that's going to be helpful. Because we can't get, like, any of his villain links active, we want to at least get as many of those Saiyan links active as we can. So yeah, probably going to want to try and get them linked up together. We'll see, though. We'll see, though. Because ideally, we'll be rotating off one of the LR gods here. Oh, well... No, we won't, because he got locked. Okay, now this is actually really bad. I feel like we could just get KO'd right here, honestly. That's a very real possibility for us in the moment, is just getting KO'd. Because we've got, you know, one of our LR gods in slot 1 where he does not want to be. He does not get his passive active unless he's in slot 3. Actually, is that true? I don't think that that's true. Wait, no, he should be fine here. He still has the dodge chance. So hopefully if we do get supered. Wow, okay, well, Dodge doing absolutely nothing for us there. But again, taking this chip damage isn't the worst thing, because if we are able to get below that, you know, that HP threshold, then that's going to be really, really good news for this guy, right? So now that we know we're rotating him off, we're going to have the additional 2 turns here to get ourselves minus 11% HP from where we're at right now. So we're at 88, we got to get down to 77. Okay, on to scary phase 1 here. Okay, no locking, that's good. Now, do we keep Evolution Blue on, or do we keep the Super Saiyan 3 on? I feel like we probably should keep the Super Saiyan 3 on. He's got a lot of defense. Let's put him up front just because we have all of this, all of these AGL key spheres we can select. I know we are talking about getting below that HP threshold, but because of how hard some of these super attacks are hitting, I'm a little bit scared to do that. So I think we are just going to prioritize full healing anytime that we can. And if we get lucky enough for him to transform, then great. If not, we've got plenty of other damage dealers on the team that are going to be able to take care of things for us. Are we just incapable of dodging with that guy at this point? Is that what's going on? Like, I don't understand. He's done 0 dodges the entire fight for us. What is happening? What is happening? Unless, are they canceling dodge? It's not showing, there's no dodge cancel symbol above this guy's, like, effects. All he has is that he can't be status affected by, like, ceiling stunning, attack lowering, or defense lowering, right? He doesn't have any other special abilities that it depicts there. I guess we can open up the little card details for him and see if there's anything in there that's indicating all of these are canceling dodge, because I am just confused why that AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku is not dodging for us. Though the good thing that we took all that damage is that now we're below that HP threshold. So as long as we survive this next turn, then we are going to get that transformation off, so that's good. And because our HP is so low, we don't have to worry about, like, selecting or not selecting same type key spheres, right? Okay, so here's the big predicament, right? We kind of have to transform here, especially with all 3 of these guys. We kind of do have to do their transformations, unfortunately. Like, it would be really nice to build up their defensive stats a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure they're all going to need to transform to survive. The funny thing is, because we're below 50% HP, once we do their transformations, we're also going to be able to do their active skills. But I don't know if the active skills are going to be smart to do on this turn here, just because we do have the next phase as well, right? I'm still considering saving them. Okay, so yeah, let's just start out by transforming all three, and then we'll go from there. Okay, yeah, and then I guess maybe we could use one of their actives. That might be a good idea. Yeah, I have a strat, Check this out. Here's what we'll do. So we will do, the friend unit active. This one's gonna hit decently hard. They are rainbowed. Okay, perfect. So we'll do that. And then we're going to leave the rotation like this, and we'll save the actives, right? So now, basically what we're working with is... yeah, perfect. So we use one of the actives, but we're also rotating them off. So the thing that I'm thinking with that is, like... we use their active, they're gone, and then on next turn we can do whatever, and then the following turn after that we're going to have two of our anniversary headliners back, and both of them will still have their actives available to use on that final phase. Because I'm assuming, hopefully, we should be there by then, right? Oh, yeah. So on top of the additional dodge chance that they're going to be getting, the stat boost, the extra attacks doing more damage, they also have the action break. So there is a potential that we won't even be taking a super attack this turn because we accidentally, like, well, I guess not accidentally, but we end up action breaking wherever that super attack is. That is very possible. Because especially, right, we have another action break there. So either one of those attacks could have been the super, which is really good. And then for this guy, he is transformed as well. So that is going to be a third action break. Oh, actually, it wasn't because it wasn't an 18 key. Right. So then, yeah, hopefully if there is a super coming up after this that we dodge it would be nice. Okay, no super attack then. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then... according perfectly to the plan, we are able to get a transformation in here for our Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Very nice. Okay, now is when we gotta be scared, right? So he's got 50% damage reduction. We're gonna be able to select a solid 3 key spheres with him. 3 rainbow key spheres, so that's gonna give him an additional 60% stats. He is giving... does he just give himself attack with that, or is it defense as well? It's just attack. Okay. But yeah, he's got the 50% damage reduction and the additional stats there. So his defense is looking decent, considering that he's got the massive amount of damage reduction that he has, right? Okay, and then we'll save all those green orbs for next rotation, since we're not going to get any value out of them here. Get a little bit of healing in for the next turn. Okay, I'm thinking because he hasn't supered by now that we definitely action broke the super. He did a lot of attacks on the last turn. I think it was pretty much guaranteed if we didn't action break that super. And it was just like, regardless of the action breaks, he wasn't going to do a super that turn. Then I feel like it was almost guaranteed he would have done one in slot 1 there. So I would assume that we did get lucky enough to action break the super. I think that would be a cool addition if they were to show us. Like, you know how they had all those cut-ins right when Dokkan 2 happened, and there was like a bunch of different animations that they have since taken away. Okay, let's go ahead and launch these actives real quick before we do anything else. But yeah, I think it would be cool if after, like, post action breaking, right? So you couldn't use it as information to find out where you want to place your action breaks and things like that. But imagine post action break, it would actually tell you whether it was going to be a super attack or not. That would be neat. Like, when it does the little shatter thing and then destroys the enemy icon instead of them getting the attack. If right there on screen it were to show you, like, oh, this was going to be the super attack or something, right? That would be cool. Because then you could help calculate, you know, like, predict when the next one's going to come and stuff, right? Because right now we kind of have no idea. Well, obviously we have no idea anyway, just because we're on a new fight. But yeah, you get my point. Okay, I guess we'll put physical Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in slot 1, just because he can counter super attacks. So if we do get slot 1 supered, he will have whatever dodge in his kit on top of the countering mechanic, whereas the LR Gods would only have the dodging to deal with, or to, like, depend on. Okay, yeah, and then I guess weren't able to get any same type orbs before then, but that'll work. Oh gosh, they're getting hit so hard here, wow. I'm really thinking that accelerated battle team would be a little bit better here, huh? Probably would have been overall. I think it would have been a better team in general. Let's see if we can still clutch this out and live. I'm kind of nervous, honestly. I feel like we might end up dropping an item on the next turn. I mean, we have no HP. I don't even know if we're going to survive this, right? Like, it's going to depend on if there's a super attack or not. Because obviously, everybody post-super attack is going to be able to tank the normals perfectly fine, I would imagine. But if there is a super attack, and now we know that our countering unit's not there to take the super, so this could be problematic, potentially. And I don't think we have the revive available yet, either, from the blue Vegeta. And I think, yeah, we don't have the revive, just because we've had to keep rotating him off, right? And he does have to take attacks before he gets that revive up, so yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely that we're going to see him revive here. Okay, we're good there, and then now Vegeta just has to survive, and we should be good to go here. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I would like to no-item each one of these stages, but I think with how low our health is and how late in the video we are, I really don't want to have to run this again. Especially considering we're already on, like, what, our second run here? Oh, no, we don't have a choice. Does he tank this? He tanked it! Oh, that's so good. Wow. Insane. Insane. Okay. Let's see here. So we definitely want to keep everything linked as it is now. What is the answer? What is the right answer here? Okay, this is obviously the right answer. We're going to start here because we get the 4 rainbow key spheres, so that's going to provide a lot of attack support for the turn. That's definitely, like, needed. And then I guess we want to just select these couple orbs so that we can get all of this. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. Now it's just a matter of, do I use a Ghost Usher here, or do I risk it for the biscuit, right? Because we're looking pretty solid at the moment. Do they, like, cancel dodge or anything? Yeah, nothing like that. So Broly can tank. He is raising defense on super. He's also got a full dodge build, so maybe he'll... Oh, wait, and he's got the passive, like, damage reduction and evasion going on. We should be fine here. We should be fine here. Let's risk it and not use the item. Oh, God, famous last words. And we're able to get 3 rainbow orbs for them as well. Okay, so we're at 167,000 HP. So we definitely cannot tank a super attack here. I'm thinking, probably even with the damage reduction that we have. I guess it depends how many super attacks we get, right? Because all of our units are going to be raising their defense on super. So, like, the LR Gods definitely can't tank a super. The whole point of them is to dodge, right? So they would have to dodge it, but the other two have a lot of damage reduction here. He's kind of got a mix of both. It's funny. Like, the Broly is strictly damage reduction. This guy's a little bit of both damage reduction and dodge, and then the LR Gods are full dodge, right? But regardless, we've got a lot of defensive capability around. And obviously, we're looking really, really good with this guy, up to a 36 million attack stat. That is very good. Obviously, the Broly support helping out quite a bit. He also has a surprising amount of links active with Broly, which is cool. Dang, if, like, 2 more of those could have been supers, he would have probably just been KO'd right here. Unfortunately, the LR Gods are not, you know, hard hitters anymore. Even with all those orbs we selected, they're only up to 7 million right now. Because obviously, you know, where they looked the best around the 7th anniversary when they first came out was when you had, like, 7, 9, 11, 13 turns to build up with them. And then you transform them after that, and they do look really, really impressive, right? And then obviously, like, just with general power creep over time, the amount that they build up now is not as impressive as the amount that they used to build up. You know, with all these units starting out with attack stats higher than what they can reach here on turn 7, so... Okay, oh my goodness. What do we do here? Okay, I think we just run it like this, and we've come this far. I'm not using an item now. There's no way. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna fully risk it. We're just gonna select same type orbs. Okay, we're up to, oh, we got the Dokkan attack as well. That's exciting. Okay, and because that was an additional, it doesn't count as the Dokkan attack. So we'll get the Dokkan attack here with the LR gods if he does not finish them off before then. Okay, perfect. And then this should be the final attack of the fight here, right? Man, another precarious turn where it's probably a very, very good thing that we selected same type orbs because we might have been KO'd right there in the first slot if we did not. Holy moly, we got so close to being KO'd, like, how many times? Yeah, so I would definitely say that I was correct in my prediction. The 7th anniversary stage is a lot harder. At least, like, a noticeable, sizable amount harder. There's no way that the Dokkan attack did that much damage. Are you kidding me? Okay, we are back in again. I guess we just get to start over. I really probably should have just used an item. Now at this point, I'm kind of, like, determined to not use any items, right? Okay, so let's factor in building up as much as possible. We got very lucky here. Finally, we have, like, the LR gods and LR Super Saiyan 4s on, like, the proper rotations that they're supposed to be on. As far as, like, not having to worry about 2 LR gods on 1 rotation, then we have to, like, rotate them off. Now it seems like we'll be able to keep them on main rotation, which is just going to mean very good things for building up their defense over the course of the fight, right? Because obviously you don't want to be rotating off any units that have the permanent stacking. You want them to be able to attack every single turn and then not have those extra turns of not being, you know, on rotation to build up. So there we go. That was one good one so far. Man, the LR gods have really, really been struggling with getting key. I'm, like, never getting 18 keys with them, which is very bad, right? Because they're not getting guaranteed additionals and stuff. And it's hurting their defense a lot, too. Which I'm pretty sure is why they just got KO'd right there in that last fight, because they weren't able to do an 18 key super. So that's been very unfortunate so far. And I think with the way we're running our units right now, like, we're kind of not going to be able to avoid that. I think the only way that that is potentially possible to course correct is if we keep Evolution Blue Vegeta on rotation instead of the STR Broly. Because the STR Broly, as long as there's a Pure Saiyan on rotation with him, which we've got plenty of here, there basically always will be, then, well, yeah, the literal entire team is Pure Saiyans. So, when there's a Pure Saiyan on rotation with him, then he is Rainbow Orb changing, right? So we might have to have him as a slot 3 floater. Maybe that will be better. Oh, I did not realize we got locked there, so we'll go ahead and select these orbs. And again, okay, we actually are able to get the 18 key super with them this time. We're gonna do that. And then, yeah, I guess I can just select these to make sure he gets a super attack as well. But yeah, so maybe like, Evolution Blue Vegeta already took 1 hit, so he's gonna have to take 4 more in order to proc the revive. But that potentially could be something useful for us, especially because we are determined to not use items at this point, right? So if we, we'll have to see how this works out. But yeah, I'm thinking if we keep Evolution Blue Vegeta in slot 1, we can start building up enough, you know, attacks received to get that revive active, and then that would replace having our STR Broly in slot 1. So yeah, potentially like one of the LR gods with Blue Vegeta, and then the other 2 anniversary headliners together like they are now. Maybe. Could be good. We'll see. We'll see. The other, like, only problem with that is we just rotated off Evolution Blue Vegeta now, so he is going to be coming around onto the, like, incorrect rotation, I guess, which would force us to rotate off one of the units that we don't want to have to do that with, right? That Super Saiyan 3 Goku, by the way, has been absolute butt cheeks the entire time we've been using him. He has dodged 1 normal attack through the 3 or 4 runs that we've done here, and as you saw, he just got hit with a super, so we're probably dead here. I don't even think that we can survive these slot 1 normals, unfortunately. Well, the saving grace here is that we did get all of these rainbow orbs, right? Because we've got Broly around, so that is actually super helpful. And then, yeah, I guess we do this for some more healing. We can't get any healing with them, but we do get 1 rainbow orb, so that's going to help with a little bit of attack support, I suppose. Okay, no super, no super, no super. And there was one at the end of the last turn, so there probably isn't one here, right? All right. And now we have a solid no HP to work with. We are going to get that transformation off for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is really good. But other than that, we're kind of looking bad right now. Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay. So let's go ahead and get him transformed. That's definitely something we need. And then, yeah, do we really want to put Evolution Blue Vegeta in slot 1 here, where he's got type disadvantage? Like, that's really, really scary, right? Oh, man. And then it's a matter of, do we keep the LR Gods on rotation? Probably, right? I think they link a lot better. Yeah, we keep the LR Gods on rotation, and then that way they don't have to take any attacks here, so we can not worry about transforming them yet. Save that for one more turn. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Now we got it. The real question is just going to be, does Evolution Blue Vegeta have what it takes to tank in this first slot here? Because we don't have that much HP to work with, right? Only 200k, just about? Okay, we're tanking normals just fine. That's good. There we go, and that's technically 4 of the 5 attacks he needs to have the revive up now. So as long as we tank one more hit here, then starting from the next turn, he's going to have the revive. So that'll be really good. And then now with the multiple super attacks, we know that he is going to be tanking probably just fine. I guess, again, unless we're unlucky enough to take a super attack here, then that's going to be kind of bummy. Unfortunately, like, hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, and as predictable as ever, we do take a super attack. But luckily for us, Evolution Blue Vegeta is insane. So he went and survived that, and then there we go. Boom. So now we just got to survive one more turn, and then we will have the revive up. But remember, the revive is only going to be able to proc so long as Evolution Blue Vegeta is on rotation. So we're only going to have access to it once every other turn for the rest of the fight. But that is certainly going to be better than not having it at all, right? Okay, moment of truth at the end here. We know it's not a super attack, but I'm still really nervous about normals because of how much damage we've been taking from them. So hopefully, just no matter what, we dodge this. We got a couple of super attacks in, so that helps build up his damage reduction a bit, which is nice for potentially tanking a normal here. Okay, there we go, and we get the dodge. And then the cool thing about putting him in slot 3 and having him rotated off. Oh, this is actually awesome. So we're probably just going to do our transformations here and then some active skills to finish this off so we don't even have to worry about taking any damage here. Yeah. In fact, yeah. That's probably the best way. So we'll just transform both and then we'll use the actives as well. Because if we were to not use, like, I was thinking about, oh, we could avoid transforming one of them, but the only reason I would avoid that is if the active skill here just KOs him. And then if that were to happen, we don't need to have him untransformed because the only reason we would leave him untransformed is so we can get another turn of stacking here. But obviously, if we're going to kill him with an active skill anyway, then we're not going to be stacking with any of our normal attacks anyway. So we might as well go ahead and transform both, is my long-winded point. Okay. I guess the one gamble that we're missing out on there is that then when they come around on the next turn, if there's a possibility of them taking no attacks, then potentially we didn't need to transform them for that, right? But that is perfectly fine. Okay, let's go ahead and use some active skills. I guess I'll start with the LR Gods one. I feel like it doesn't hit as hard. Yeah. So if it were to like have KO'd them, then we could have saved the better one for later. Was kind of my thinking, but okay. Please, please, please have this KO. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so now we're on to the final phase here again. But yeah, the really good thing about having the Super Saiyan 3 Goku rotated off is that, remember, for every turn that passes, he is getting some damage reduction and some dodge. So now it's one extra turn that has passed. That's going to allow him to, get that build up because he's not coming back next rotation, but then the rotation after that, right? Okay, so here we go. We've got the first turn of the revive active. So we definitely... Oh, actually, they're not taking any attacks, so I don't need to use their... transformation yet. This is exactly what I was talking about. The potential for what could have happened like last turn. Okay, so yeah, I guess let's... Oh man, this is scary. Okay, we're just gonna grab these orbs here. No. I want Vegeta to be fully all the way up there at that 24 key. That's definitely what we want to see. Yeah, this will work good. Okay, so again, a kind of pathetic turn for the LR gods. We did prioritize some of those rainbow orbs in slot 1, so... but yeah, at least the Broly has been helping out with a little bit of, like, orb selection. It's been better. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be really good, too. Some same type orbs for the build-up. Very nice. And then, also 3 rainbow orbs, so Vegeta's gonna be hitting quite hard this turn, yeah. 19 million, definitely good. Okay, so remember, name of the game here is either we want to get fully KO'd on this turn, or we want to make sure to salvage as much HP as possible so that we don't get KO'd on the next turn, right? So far, it's looking like probably salvage, as we know that Evolution Blue Vegeta already double-digit tanked a super attack from type disadvantage, so from type advantage, he's definitely not taking anything. And then, you know, Broly's got his maximum passive build-up right now with 3 rainbow orbs, which I guess only affects attack anyway, but yeah, so he's gonna be looking quite good. Obviously, oh, actually, his passive is not fully built up, I just realized. With an attack stat that low, yeah, he's still, because he hasn't done enough super attacks yet, because he started in slot 3 and then we rotated him off, this is only his 2nd turn. And I don't even think he got to attack on that first turn that he was around. Yeah, so he still is doing some build up, actually. Okay. This is nerve-wracking. This is very easily a KO here. These normals up front are going to hit us decently hard, I think. We're also going to get a lot of healing in this turn, though. So maybe we'll be all right. Again, I am still determined to do this with... Shoot, we can't get 24 key, not quite. I'm still determined to do this without items, so we're gonna keep chugging along here. Okay, let's see how much healing we get from that. Yeah, not much, because they build up on super, right? Okay, and then I guess we'll grab these, and now we hope for the best. I don't know if I did... I was considering putting this... Yeah, oh, we're done. Okay. So now we know, for sure, the 7th anniversary LRs are just too weak for this final phase. So we are going to have to use items in order to get through it, or just entirely switch up the team in order to get this done, right? And not use the 200% leader skill. So I think, because I'm going to make you guys watch this again, I'm just going to fully switch up the team. So let's switch up to the accelerated battle team, screw the 7th anniversary LRs, and then we'll go from there. All right, so this is the team that we're going to go ahead and jump in with here. Full accelerated battle of fate build. This should work pretty fine here. I think we can just run with a super class rotation, having UI Goku be one of our slot ones, and then we've also got the Janemba and Kid Buu that can be our other rotation, right? So yeah, I think that'll work out pretty well. So we've got Janemba here. Okay, perfect. We'll just go ahead and rotate Kid Buu off on the next rotation, and then we should be pretty fine here. So yeah, now we have some more reliable slot 1 units. I don't think that this is going to be too difficult for us to get through at this point. This team is certainly better than the last team. This will be the very first stage where I am kind of breaking my... Oh, nice. Janemba already showing out for us with an attack absorption. Love that. But yeah, this is the first stage where I won't be using the anniversary headliners, at least one of the anniversary headliners, in order to, you know, take down the stage. But... I just think with some of these other EZAs that we have that are utilized, like, here's the thing, right? The power creep is big, and the 7th anniversary version of this fight is a little bit harder than the 6th year stage, right? Like, they definitely ramped it up, which I was predicting was going to happen because of the inception of the 200% leader skills. The problem is, there's only 2 200% leader skills, and you either have to use the LR gods or you have to use the LR Super Saiyan 4s, because you can only use units up to and through the 7th anniversary, which obviously they were the only 2 units that had 200% leads until after that. Because they are going, by the way, I believe, actually, that's a good thing for me to check. I'm pretty sure they're going with the JP timeline for this stuff, not the global timeline, because if they were going with the global timeline, that's really funny that he just locked, AGLUI in slot 1, that's where he wants to be anyway, so, get wrecked. But yeah, so, I'm pretty sure, wow, completely lost my train of thought, I am so sorry. I can't even remember what I was saying. That OST just, like, fried my brain. We're gonna go ahead and skip this one. I can't even think while it's on. I am so sorry about that. That's better. There we go. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Thank you, thank you. Wow, I need to move that OST. So historically, like when new OSTs came out, I always put them in a playlist so that I could just hit start on the playlist on YouTube, and then I have auto background music going for all these videos that I record. But every now and then I do end up throwing an OST in there that I probably shouldn't have. So I have made a separate playlist called Whimsical OSTs that I'm going to probably take that one out of. That was the free-to-play Goku, Krillin, and Bulma, right? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that one out and put it in the Whimsical OSTs. Because there's still OSTs I want to keep track of. There are moments to use them and stuff for background videos, depending on what we're talking about. But yeah, definitely not for battle. That was not a good one for battle. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we ended up rotating off our Kid Buu, so he'll come around to this rotation. That'll be good. So now we've got Janemba up front. Do we want to keep Beerus on with Janemba? Probably. Probably. I actually can't remember how Beerus's kit works. I'm pretty sure he has a little bit of buildup that happens here. Let me see. So he's getting stats at the start with 12 or more ki. With a movie boss category ally attacking in the same turn. That's good. Okay. Movie boss or then Realm of Gods would be the opposite rotation. Potentially. We'll see. We'll see. We'll make sure to keep track of that. And then he gets more stats with attacks received. Oh, he has a lot of damage reduction. Yeah, let's... Okay. Alright, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and put him in slot 1 so he can get a little bit of build-up, and then I believe Janemba actually gets some build-up while he's in slot 2, so this kind of works out perfect, right? First or second... Yeah, second or third attacker, he's getting the guaranteed additional, and then he does get additional stats with each attack performed. So this is going to help both of them build up their stats a little bit quicker so that they're more tanky for the final phase of the fight. And with the massive amount of damage reduction that Beerus has here, I don't imagine that he's going to be taking anything. Unless we, like, get straight up super attack, like, right now. Yeah, okay, we should be fine then. Yeah, by the end of this turn, he's already going to be, like, built up to a tanky enough point to where he could be slot 1 for the rest of this, I think. Which obviously isn't going to matter because we have Janemba available to do that anyway. Okay. So hopefully we see, like, what, 2 more attacks? Because we know we have 1 guaranteed, but I believe we can get, like, 1 more chance to proc from the passive, and then 1 more chance to proc from the hidden potential. And we didn't get either. Okay, perfect. But at least we got 2 of the, what, he needs, like, 4 attacks performed. And remember, Janemba's building up with attacks performed. They don't have to be super attacks necessarily. So we, proccing the hidden potential system additional could be good, even if it is just a normal attack, right? Alright, now we're getting our transformation with Int Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Going into Super Saiyan 3 there. Very good, very good. Okay, definitely don't want to use that for Goku yet. And then, I guess, who do we want to keep on? I'll probably keep him on, just because the Int Goku has some really, really tricky key restrictions. You're going to want to be selecting a lot of key spheres with him every turn. And I don't think that we're going to, like free and easily be able to do that, so we'll probably rotate him off so that we don't have to deal with that later. Yeah, see, like, already we're dealing with, he wants 6 key spheres, he was only able to get 2 there. Hopefully with type disadvantage on top of that, that wasn't, like, a huge mistake. We'll see what happens here. But I know he's getting, like, more stats and stuff. I actually don't even know specifically what he's getting. I just remember prior to his EZA, he did need a lot of key spheres, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same way now, so. But yeah, without having him linked up with some kind of orb changer or anything like that, I mean, I guess he is one himself, but, yeah, without having a lot of it around, because he's not slot 1, a lot of the times the orbs he needs are going to be taken up by the time you get to him. I honestly don't even really like the unit much, and I didn't want to bring him here, but I knew that his transformation would proc for the harder parts of the fight. He has type advantage against the final phase of the fight, which is good. And then also, because of the Rainbow mission, we did need to bring an int unit, and this was the best one that I could find on the accelerated battle, setup that is limiting us to 7th anniversary or earlier characters, right? Okay, there we go. We didn't even have to worry about his defense. We are doing so much better than we were on those previous runs. Okay, so now it's a matter of, do we want to keep Boo on rotation with... We probably do want to keep Boo on rotation with Janemba. Just because Big Bad Bosses is going to be active. That's kind of huge, right? And then especially for this turn, because obviously, like, Kid Boo, not having gotten any built up or anything yet, is the worst of our units on the rotation. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and rotate him off for sure. And the other two are basically invincible, pretty much. Yeah, so Janemba's going to get the additional two super attacks here that he needs in order to fully build up his passive. Oh, well, he only got the one. Not even an additional normal for us. Okay, so his passive isn't fully built up yet, but almost there. Definitely enough, right? I think he would be capable of tanking a super attack at this point, if he needed to. Alright, and then Boo is going to provide some much-needed damage here, so we can get through this phase pretty quickly. Hopefully we have a good turn with him. No, just the one super and the one normal. Unfortunate. That's alright. He'll be back around the next turn to do more for us, and he's going to start out a little bit more built up than he was. And then obviously Beerus is perfectly fine here. Where the 7th anniversary LRs are taking basically 1 million, he takes double digits. He'll love to see it. Alright, we'll get a good turn for our UI Goku here. Dang, we have both of our leader characters side by side. That's definitely not good. That's absolutely not what we want to see happen here, right? We should be fine though. Should be fine because there's so few attacks at the later part of the rotation. Maybe we'll be okay. Oh wow, we definitely don't want to see UI Goku get hit ever. That's crazy. But I guess it's a good thing that he was double-digit tanking that. That is a good sign for us. Yeah, it makes me wonder if, like, the 7th anniversary LRs are really just that out of date at this point, that they were getting hit that much harder than these guys. Like, AGL UI is tanking normals pre-super attack. Does this phase cancel dodge? What's going on? Oh my god. We just got hit by all 5 of those by Goku. Wait. Is he canceling dodge? Is that a thing that's actually happening here? I'm very curious about that now. Okay, well, I want to get as many additional super attacks as I can with these guys. Unfortunately, just normal. Okay, we do have the guard up, which is good, but... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm really nervous about eating a super attack and having to start over again. Please, no. Please, no. This should be our last, like, bad turn, right? Because now the leaders are going to be split up again, so we don't have to worry about this awkwardness. And then we are set with, like, slot 1 units on both sides now, right? So... Oh, wow. We have Janemba's Rage mode that we're going to be able to do. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Awesome. All right, perfect. Go ahead and grab some orbs here. Grab some orbs here. Cool. This would actually be pretty convenient if... Oh, yeah, nice. That's really good. So, the super attack is out of the way already, because remember how these rage modes work is that whatever turn it is during the rage mode, it's still the same turn after, which means as far as the enemy is concerned, they have already launched their super on turn 7. So once it's turn 7 when we defuse here, or unrage mode, per se, then we're just going to be dealing with all normal attacks on that turn. So we know we're not going to be taking any damage. So that is really, really good. And then, dang, honestly, if we get another turn of this rage mode, if it procs for a second time, I can't remember if this is just a 1-turn rage mode or not. Let's see. Okay, yeah, just the 1 turn. I don't know if that one has a chance to proc for multiple turns, like the other giant transformations, or if it is just 1 turn, like the Beerus one. Okay, yeah, cool. So now we know that these are all just normals. Yeah, we're in a perfect position here. Janemba is going to be invincible to all of that, and then Boo doesn't have to worry about taking any attacks. And then there we go. We're able to get the amount of orbs we need for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Honestly, I'm pretty sure this is going to be KO right here. We've got 3 really, really heavy hitters ready to go here, and all 3 of them are pretty built up at this point. I guess it's kind of going to be up to Goku. He's the one with the type advantage there at the end. Boo can do a lot for us. Unfortunately, slot 1 Janemba obviously isn't going to be the most amazing attacker. His attack stat is decently high. He's just not providing all the additionals and stuff that he would. So hopefully Boo will do that for us. We've seen 0 critical hits from him so far. Would be nice to see 1 or 2. His attack stat is getting pretty high, so a crit could do a lot for us here. 1 more? Yes, sir. 21 mil. Okay, cool. Again, a crit would be nice. Thank you, please. Boo, please. There we go. There we go. That's the kind of damage we want to see. All right, only 9.5 from this guy. You see what I mean about him? He's just not, like... Oh, gosh. He's just not on the same level as some of these other units. Okay, 10 million. Hopefully, as long as this crits, we should be good here. We did get all, like, his full passive active, so I'm pretty sure we are going to be. Yeah, oh, they survived with 1 HP. But we get the additional normal. There we go. And we're able to finish them off. Okay, goodness gracious. We finally no-item the stage. All it took was switching up the strat there. Wow, I've almost been recording these last few stages for 2 hours now. That is quite ridiculous. Okay, we are going to make this a very, very quick outro here, so we can get finished up. Alright, there we go. So that is all of the missions cleared. Now, quickly peek at how many tickets we're earning here. So it's going to be a solid, let's see, count all the 5s first, because I'm brain dead as far as math is concerned. 5, 10, 15, and then 3, 6, 9. So what is that, like 24? So this is 24 tickets that we're gonna... Oh, we didn't need to count it. Guys, I'm brain dead. I've been recording too long. I'm so sorry. I need to stop rambling. I need to stop talking. I need to stop everything. Okay. So in the reward ticket shop here, you'll notice I have 80 tickets. I farmed up a bunch of extra ones. I already purchased, and have rainbowed all of these units up here, and then I purchased the wallpapers that I was missing. The only ones left here are wallpapers I already own, and then I bought everything else out of the bottom of the shop. I already did all of that, and I farmed up some extra tickets because I was assuming that they were going to add more stuff to the shop over time. Unfortunately for me, that is not true. So now I have all of these tickets sitting here and nothing to spend them on. I am genuinely considering buying extra copies of these cards, and since I have the 1 rainbowed copy, I'm just going to do like more and more rainbowed copies of these because they're like units that you can't get your hands on anymore, right? So to have as many rainbowed copies of each of these as I possibly can, I guess I might as well, since there's nothing else I can spend the tickets on. Because if I buy any of these wallpapers, it just wastes the ticket. Since I already have the wallpaper, it doesn't give you anything else. So yeah, hopefully they add something else to this reward shop before the anniversary is over. But if so, then I kind of hoodwinked myself by grinding this stage like crazy, right? So there we go. That is the second portion of the Dokkan Chronicles completed. Up through the 7th anniversary stage, we'll have to stay tuned and see, what the 8th, 9th, and potentially 10th anniversary stages look like. So thank you guys so much for sticking through me for this long and gruesome battle. Don't forget to check out the Discord and my Twitter in the description below. That is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.